Guess what, folks? Sunspots are not the only things that can explode on the sun's surface. Filaments of magnetism also explode. Here we're looking at 3 that are on the sun's surface today. Circled in this photo from Eduardo Schaberger from Argentina. Magnetic filaments are plasma-filled tubes of magnetism that do go across the surface of the sun's atmosphere. And they can easily become unstable and erupt, just like we saw the other day from that solar canyon. And it can absolutely hurl those things our way, which is actually what's going on. We're expecting to be grazed on the Earth's magnetic field today around 1700 UTC time. So that would be about 5 p.m. for UTC time if you don't understand the 24-hour clock thing. Alright. We do have the possibility on April 6th and 7th for a minor G1 class geomagnetic storm from at least one of the CMEs that is expected to impact us, with a possibility of 2. So we could get 2 little grazes from the 2 CMEs. One was from the solar canyon which we saw, which was right by that coronal hole that I've explained to you guys about, and the other one is from the M4 class CME. Excuse me, M4 class solar flare that ejected a CME. So we are looking at glancing blows, and according to this, like I was saying, 1700 UTC time today. And densities looking like we're going to be right around 15. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty close, between 15 and 20. Pretty close dancing in there. And that is according to the NOAA prediction model. However, when we come over and we take a look at the European Space Agency's Euphoria model for their end load prediction, it's looking like we're not going to get impacted until the 7th with all of it, like all at one shot, and it'll be hitting between 6 and 10 a.m. Oh, hang on, let me back this up. Yeah, between 6 and 10, so that would basically be 8 a.m. UTC time. And they're, holy cow, from what they're predicting, we're looking at 75 centimeters cubed. That's way off the charts, folks. Holy smokes. Man, I hope they're not right. We're at Spacewaylive.com looking at our current solar flare conditions, and as you can see, we have actually dropped out of living in C class, and we're actually kind of living right in the B class, which is a nice, comfortable range, honestly. We do have a kind of a long little C flare here, so there might be some plasma with this one. We'll have to go and check out and see what's going on over on the SDO. Folks, I'm not going to lie, this is really weird. Check this out. So, we're watching it go there, and then look how it freezes. Like, wait a minute, what the heck's happening here? We got a Borg cube here, and you can see all the different colors in it here. So it's bending the light. There's a Borg cube here. 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 And I have no idea what... Oh yeah, there's a Borg cube here too. But I've never seen something like that before. Yes, I've taken a screenshot, and I plan on doing an analysis. But look at the timer. The timer's still clicking. So it's still good. It's still saying, it's like, what is going on here? I don't know. And we are going to check out our overlay, my favorite one that I like to use. So we can, this right here, this was our solar canyon, and that was a filament release that we're expecting. Now, we are trying to keep our eyes out for some other filaments, like you see this one here. I mean, obviously we can see a lot of eruption, but look at this beautiful arc here. Whoop, this just happened yesterday. So this is incoming, that's coming at us. You see we've got a little filament here, we've got filament here. Well, right here, folks, is another coronal hole. Okay, in fact, let me get it up here, and I'll get your little fun buns up here. Come on. There, pause. So we got a filament here. We got filament here. We've got a filament here. Okay, but right here is a coronal hole. Now, what happened last time? Remember with the one over here? That coronal hole pushed the one off and created that solar canyon. So now we've got another coronal hole right here, and it could absolutely push this one off. It could push one over here off. In fact, let's go take a peek at that coronal hole. And here we are. We're looking at the 211 angstrom. And this is where we're going to see the coronal hole right here. Okay, so right here we've got this filament here. There was that release, which actually, luckily, this thing didn't separate and push off. But we got this coronal hole, and it can just blow wind at a constant direction and just end up pushing that thing off. We've also got one here. We've got little filaments all over the place. In fact, we can go over to the 304, and we can really take a look at all the filaments that are on the sun's surface. and you'll kind of have a little bit better idea of what's going on. But this will be Earth facing. This will actually be, we'll actually start feeling the effects of that probably here in the next 3 or 4 days. It'll actually be directly facing us, and about 3 or 4 days after that, so about a week, we'll start actually feeling the winds, the impact winds from that. I actually had to change websites because yeah, the 304 on the actual SDO website wasn't wanting to work properly. It's interesting. So as we take a look over here at the 304, we can see we've got a nice ribbon right here. We've got another ribbon here. I mean, look at this big old ribbon down here. We've got ribbons here and here. Ribbons here. Ooh, look at that. Explosion there and here. Ooh, look at this canyon of fire here. Look at that. Nice solar canyon, and it's just kind of sprawling out. Ooh, that's weird. Eerie. And this right here is the one that let go. That's also going to be impacting us. That let go on the 4th. We've got a filament here. Filament ribbon here. Filament ribbon here. Filament ribbon here. One here. One here. They're all over the place, folks. So it's one of those things that you definitely want to keep your eyes out for. Not just for the sunspots, for flaring, but also when you start getting a lot of these filaments, these ribbons, that's what we also need. Because, I mean, that's the plasma. That comes at us. Ouch time. Especially if it's directly at us and it's, you know, massively huge. Or if we get 3 or 4 coming at us. That's another issue. So right here, we are looking, believe it or not, we're looking at a very familiar 193 angstroms of light, but this is with the difference. Okay, so we can actually see the polarities, and we can actually see the eruptions, and it's actually quite nice to look at. I do like watching this because it gives you more confirmation of eruptions. Now here we can see that nice, and this actually, like I was saying with that one that's coming our way, this gives us more confirmation. And then we can see these nice ribbons. I mean, look at these arcs. They're just amazing. Our sun is really a beautiful thing to watch if you pay attention to it. And it's all information, it's all data. And look what's coming around the bend. Oh yeah, some more active sunspot groups. Our sun has not been quiet. In fact, 2975 has actually been shooting more flares off the backside. So it's not, it hasn't like gone off into the darkness like where we're not going to feel any effects of it later. In fact, if it gives off a big enough one and it affects the whole surface of the sun, it could actually pop off one of the remember those chain reactions, and cause one of these ones to pop off. So, yeah, buddy. Over here at spaceweatherpredictioncenter.noaa.gov, we are looking at LASCO C2 and C3 to see what kind of current events we got going on over here. Not seeing anything as far as coronal mass ejections that are massive to be taking note of, or any flares, but I'm definitely seeing a lot of Borg cubes. You guys seeing a lot of Borg cubes? See the Borg cubes bending the light and causing little hiccups? Oh yeah, I see them all over the place. Now, I know a lot of people have said, you know, well, I've actually had one commenter say, well, how come the Borg cubes are always the same size? You know, that they think it's just something else. Well, let me show you something here. I'm going to give you guys a little sneaky peek, okay, at my private collection that I've got from my screenshots. Right here, you can see that's a Borg cube, okay? You can see them bending the light, okay? And it's the size of most of the ones that we see. However, this guy, just taken yesterday, look at this. Look how small he is. See that? He's further away. Borg cube compared to that. Now, keep in mind, this, you know, the size of the frame here. Okay? Totally different. He is much smaller. They are different. It depends on how close they are to the satellite, folks. It really does. I mean, here's another one here. I haven't even done the touch-ups yet to really make it stand out, but you can see the light bending. And you can see that there's some form of craft here leaving the surface of the sun. So, yeah. They come in different shapes, sizes. Most of them, you know, most of the time it's just squared. But it's just the way that they bend the light when the camera on the satellite happens to take the picture. It just depends on how the light is refracting, not just through the lens, but from what they're bending and what's on the other side of it. I mean, there's a lot of variables. But they are different sizes, folks. They're in different locations. You can have a couple of them, like you've got one here. You got another one here. I mean, you got this guy here. Is he doing all of this, or is there a whole crap ton of them? It's hard to say. But they are out there. A whole bunch of them. You just got to keep your eyes open and go, oh, there it is. See, like this one here? He's actually right here. See, I haven't had a chance to put the arrow here for people to actually see where it's at. I haven't gone through and done all of it. Like here's the other one right here. He's right here. So, anyways, just thought I'd give you guys a little sneak peek and share that with you. Eyes open. No fear, and remember that love is the only way forward. Solar Wolf out.